Got to get some of our stuff thrown off here. This place has got some pretty rough parking. So we'll drop off a load of stuff here and we will be back. Here we are at the spot. You can see that little stream dumping off into this big old pond where the water came through, blasted out, left this big gravel pile right here. What we're gonna be doing today, I was here a couple times digging down deep. Then I brought the old Yabby hand dredge and tried to get in here. Did find a little bit of gold that time. Today we are going to be using the Goldibox down in here. I need to get it set up, probably pumping everything over here. Here's the end of the culvert. It kind of ends right by this big rock behind it. So that's what we're going to try to suck out today. Let me get all this stuff set up in place to where I can work. I didn't bring my waders today, so it might be a little bit dicey on exactly where I'm going to be able to work. I cannot believe it. It is in the middle of the winter here. Yeah, I'm wearing a jacket, but it is like 40 degrees out here. So pretty much unseasonably warm. That's okay. I'll take it any day of the week. It's better than it being 10 degrees, so I'm thankful for that. We got her all set up. We shall see how this goes. I'm going to get under this rock and pick at this material. Get some, ooh, this water's nice and cold. Get rid of some of these bigger rocks. Try to dig a deep hole here before we get this fired up. Get rid of a lot of this kind of stuff. Starting to feel some gravels down here now. Feel a lot of clay though. Okay, we got some stuff agitated around. We'll get the pump fired up here. I only have a couple hours. My battery does not last all that long. This thing is supposed to do 16 amps. The pump pulls 16 amps. This is only a 35 amp battery. It's not gonna last that long. Maybe a couple hours if I'm lucky. We'll see here. Getting lots of clay here. Get right behind this rock. I'll tell you what, let me get some stuff done here and I'll be back. Just stopped to do some picking in that hole, get down a little bit deeper. This baby's working beautiful, but I noticed I had a big old mess of crap over here. It was all backed up right here. Wasn't going through this classifier. The instructions say you gotta have this pretty level. Here that's not working, so I did a little readjustment. I got a little bit of slope this way. Don't know how well the camera, usually it shows too much slope on the camera. Let's check down here and see what we got here. But we're gonna get back at it. Give me a few minutes and you and I will be back whenever something exciting happens here. I am pulling up so much darn clay and organics that it really starts to build up on that classifier down there. I figured I'd show you guys some of the Goldibox in action. Show you the tail end of that baby. You can start to see, I see some leaves building up and some organics. I am getting down into, feels like I'm starting to get through the clay layer. Hopefully I can get to down at the bottom of the culvert where all the gold should be. This spot has been good in the past, so we gotta have some kind of luck around here. I'm debating cleaning this thing out here or just taking the whole, yeah, you know what, we should probably clean it out. I have an extra Ziploc I can throw all the concentrates in. My battery did not last hardly long at all. When you buy a Goldibox, he has a recommended battery to use with it. It's like a 50 amp or something, or 100 amp lithium ion. Mine is not like that. We've been running for about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. Look at the water flow here. So as you can see, it's down to a snail's pace. It's not washing out hardly anything. Battery's on the fritz. So we will just let this sit here, finish cleaning out until the battery almost dies. We got little Suntan here with us. Yep, you got it. She's got her nice bright orange vest so I can spot her. Rodeo Ricky and Wildcat ended up funding that little jacket for us, so now she's easy to spot everywhere we go. Wanted to show you this rock over here and how interesting this baby is. Look at all these modules. Like, this used to be upside down at one time. That is just one big, this is just all calcium on here that percolated through the ground. Lots of green stone around here. Here's another chunk of it right there. I love that stuff. Here's something that's just got all kinds of quartz all over it. Don't know if you can see the sparkle on there, but this spot is pretty damn good. All this huge gravel. This might not be too bad at some point to maybe get in here, dig a little deeper, try to grab some samples. But again, I love this little pond. If it were summertime, I'd be throwing her in there. But yeah, it's too cold to do that now. And she is a little water dog. She loves to go swimming around in water. Usually if there's water around, usually she's in there, but she don't like to do that in the wintertime. Looks like this battery is toast. Now, after just that little chat, so let me get it turned off. We'll clean this thing out, take this sample home, and we will get to panning it over there. It's kind of up here, and then it kind of goes down. Well, with this Goldibox, you don't want this hose, or the discharge hose, to be lower than this. I should have probably propped it up with some rocks or something, but I'm gonna pick this up, give her a shake or two like this, see if there's any material left in there, get it back through the box. This hole over here is good and deep too, about 1.5 feet deep. We'll kill the battery, get that baby done. I had to get this sucker all leveled up. You can see all these twigs down here. Needed to be adjusted up, so I just kept shoving twig after twig after twig after twig until it finally came up to where I wanted it. We'll get rid of this. This hose back here, it's got this set screw. You put the hose in here, but you don't use this to pierce down through the top of the hose. You just want the little nub down here that sticks down to just catch one of the ribs of the hose. So that's the way that works. Here's the Goldibox in action. We will remove this clip, that clip. Now this just comes apart. So you got two pieces. This is a fluid bed sluice. In here also has a whole bunch of material. It has this classifier in here. The hose feeds the water through here. It goes in this box into this classifier. All the little stuff falls down through the classifier. All the big rocks and whatnot shoot through here. and over the grizzly. Over here on this is a pretty cool little function too. I don't know how well you can see this hole and that hole and this hole and this hole. These are actually jets that shoot down through here. They pop out to here. And you can see the little jet, so it creates a little fluid bed. Don't see no nuggets, but you know, you never know. There's gonna probably be some super fine gold in here. But anyway, I'm gonna get the pump out of there, grab the super slews. We're gonna get all this cleaned up. Once I have all of our concentrates in that pan, I'll show you what we got. Try to get this stuff in the light here. That's what we caught out of the Goldibox. I tried to clean it out as best I could here in this little stream. We will take it home. We'll get it cleaned out a little bit more. It's 3D printed, so it has all those little tiny voids. We'll get it in a deeper pail of water or whatnot. This stuff doesn't look too bad. There are lots of quartzy pieces all over the place in here. Schist and all kinds of other good stuff that should be holding some gold. Right now, we're gonna get all this stuff packed up. We gotta throw it back up by the road, on the side of the road, then go all the way to the truck, drive the truck over here, put the hazards on, and just throw everything in the truck and get the heck out of here. Let me do that. See you at the house. Throw a little soap. We are gonna pan this stuff in the Mine Lab 10-inch today. Let's get all this poured in here. We'll use this super sluice for a catch pan. Got a little bit of black sand in there still. Warming up a little bit more than what it was earlier, so that's good. Let me get this stuff shook around. We'll get to panning this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, don't think it's gonna take too long. We will throw this puppy on fast forward. Rocks are just sliding right out. Enjoy the jams, and I'll bring you back here in a few. It's in the shade. It's gonna be really hard to see, but there are a bunch of tiny pieces all the way across the top. So that's really good news. We're gonna see if I lost anything down here. We'll bring everything back up to the top and try it again. All of this stuff, you guys, this is nowhere near gonna weigh. This is going to be back to microscope gold. I will clean this out. I'll just leave all this tiny little stuff in the pan, so maybe we can microscope it like that. But yep, there's quite a few pieces. Let me get this all done up and I'll show you what we found here in a sec. We'll whip out the cell phone. It's got a lot better camera on it up close, but look at all that gold right there. We are gonna have to go back there, this is for sure. Here we are at the microscope, got this baby running, and there is a bunch of little tiny gold in here. We're on 40 magnification. This light on this microscope kind of stinks. It always just kind of messes things up and it doesn't look like gold, but let's go ahead and zoom into this spot right here and we can see all those pieces that were kind of whitewashed out. Yep, they are all some pretty good looking gold. That right there is a really nice little chunker too. That one, I don't know what it, I guess maybe it's gold. I don't know. There's some really nice good ones, and this gold is kind of chunky. It's close to the source. That is for sure. Just wished it was a lot wished it was a lot bigger. Back to magnification 40. Just kind of pan around. There's a bunch of junk in here too. Bunch of little rocks and whatever. Didn't see any crystals or pyrite or anything though, so that was kind of weird. Just a bunch of quartz chunks, but appreciate you guys coming along for the ride this week. Hope your guys' Tuesday is going good for the most part. Hope you guys have a good week out there. Goldpan Suntan is